Prehistoric art encompasses artistic creations from ancient times, reflecting early human expression. This art spans vast periods, offering insights into the cognitive and symbolic capabilities of early humans. Prehistoric art is geographically widespread, found on every continent and in diverse environments. Understanding prehistoric art provides a foundation for appreciating the evolution of human creativity and cultural development. Rock art and cave paintings often depict animals, reflecting their importance to early human societies. Handprints are a common motif in cave art, possibly representing signatures or ritualistic acts. Abstract symbols in rock art suggest complex thought processes and symbolic communication. The meanings of rock art and cave paintings remain open to interpretation, offering insights into the beliefs and practices of early humans. The module focuses on small prehistoric sculptures and figurines. These sculptures may have served ritualistic purposes. They could also be related to identity and social roles within prehistoric communities. Some figurines might have had an educational purpose for younger generations. The exact purpose of these artifacts remains a subject of ongoing research and interpretation. Prehistoric artists utilized natural pigments derived from the earth. Charcoal provided black pigment created by burning wood or other organic materials. Ochre, a clay earth pigment, offered a range of colors from yellow to red and brown. Simple tools such as stones, bones, and rudimentary brushes were used to apply the pigments. Pigments were often mixed with binders like water or animal fat to create a paint-like substance. Ancient Egyptian and Nubian art prominently feature pyramids and temples. These architectural forms are intrinsically linked to the gods and pharaohs of these civilizations. Pyramids served as monumental tombs for pharaohs, symbolizing their power and connection to the afterlife. Temples were dedicated to the gods, serving as centers for religious rituals and worship. The art of ancient Egypt and Nubia reflects a deep spiritual connection and reverence for the divine. Iconic forms in Egyptian and Nubian art convey complex religious and cultural beliefs. Egyptian paintings often employ the convention of showing figures in profile. Frontality, where the torso faces forward, is another common convention in Egyptian art. Egyptian jewelry frequently uses clear, recognizable symbols. The combination of profile and frontal views creates a distinctive style in Egyptian painting. Symbols in Egyptian jewelry often represent concepts like life, power, or protection. Mesopotamian art encompasses various forms, including carved reliefs that depict historical events and religious narratives. Cylinder seals, small cylindrical objects engraved with intricate designs, served as signatures and marks of authority. These seals were rolled onto clay tablets to create impressions, serving as signatures or authentication marks. Cuneiform, one of the earliest known writing systems, was developed in Mesopotamia and inscribed on clay tablets. Clay tablets served as a primary medium for recording administrative, legal, and literary texts in ancient Mesopotamia. Mesopotamian art provides valuable insights into the culture, religion, and daily life of ancient Mesopotamian civilizations. Ancient Greek pottery depicts scenes from daily life, offering insights into their culture. Mythological narratives were commonly painted on Greek pottery, showcasing heroic tales and divine figures. The pottery-making process involved shaping clay on a wheel, firing it in a kiln, and then painting intricate designs. Various techniques were employed to create different styles of Greek pottery, including black figure and red figure. Greek pottery served both functional and artistic purposes, ranging from storage vessels to decorative objects. The artistry and craftsmanship of Greek pottery reflect the advanced civilization and aesthetic values of ancient Greece. Ancient Greek marble sculptures embody the concept of ideal human form. These sculptures reflect a cultural emphasis on harmony, balance, and beauty. The pursuit of ideal form was central to ancient Greek art and philosophy. Idealized sculptures served as models of human excellence and civic virtue. Ancient Greek architecture prominently features columns, serving both structural and aesthetic functions. Doric columns are characterized by their simple, unadorned capitals and sturdy fluted shafts. Ionic columns are distinguished by their volutes, or scroll-like ornaments, and more slender proportions. Corinthian columns are recognized by their ornate capitals, adorned with acanthus leaves, symbolizing luxury and refinement. Ancient Roman portraiture focused on realistic representation of individuals. Capturing individual likeness was a key objective in Roman portrait sculpture. Roman portraits often reflected the subject's social status and importance. Sculptors used marble and bronze to create lifelike and enduring portraits. These portraits served as lasting representations of personal identity and legacy. Roman architecture prominently featured the innovative use of concrete, enabling large-scale construction. The Roman arch is a fundamental structural element that efficiently distributes weight and supports massive structures. Domes in Roman architecture allowed for expansive, open interior spaces, exemplified by structures like the Pantheon. Roman architectural innovations significantly influenced subsequent architectural design and engineering practices. The combination of concrete, arches, and domes enabled the Romans to create durable and aesthetically impressive buildings. Roman mosaics are intricate designs created from small pieces of stone, glass, or ceramic. These mosaics were commonly used to decorate floors and walls in Roman buildings. The designs often featured geometric patterns, mythological scenes, and depictions of daily life. Mosaics provided durable and visually appealing surfaces in both public and private spaces. Skilled artisans meticulously arranged the tesserae to create detailed and lasting works of art. The use of colored glass and stone added vibrancy and depth to the mosaic designs. Olmec art is characterized by colossal stone heads and intricate jade carvings. The colossal stone heads are monumental sculptures representing Olmec rulers. Jade carvings served as important ceremonial objects and symbols of status within Olmec society. Olmec art provides insights into the culture, beliefs, and social structure of the Olmec civilization. The artistic style and craftsmanship of Olmec art influenced later Mesoamerican cultures. Mayan art encompasses various forms, including pyramids, stelae, and codices. Pyramids served as monumental structures reflecting Mayan architectural prowess and religious beliefs. Stelae, often inscribed with glyphs, recorded historical events and conveyed the ruler's power. Painted codices provided insights into Mayan rituals, mythology, and astronomical knowledge. Mayan art was deeply intertwined with their culture, beliefs, and understanding of the cosmos. Aztec art encompassed monumental stoneworks, feather art, and codices. Monumental stoneworks served as expressions of power and religious devotion. Feather art, crafted with vibrant plumage, symbolized status and divine connection. Aztec codices documented history, rituals, and astronomical knowledge. These art forms collectively reflect the rich cultural significance of the Aztec civilization. Andean art from the Americas before 1500 includes diverse forms such as textiles, metalwork, and ceramics. The Chavin culture produced distinctive art characterized by religious iconography and complex symbolism. Moche art is renowned for its realistic portrait vessels and detailed depictions of daily life. Nazca art is famous for its large-scale geoglyphs, known as the Nazca lines, etched into the desert landscape. Inca art is characterized by its sophisticated stonework, intricate metalwork, and standardized designs. Woven textiles served both functional and symbolic purposes in Andean cultures, conveying status and religious beliefs. North American art before 1500 encompasses diverse forms such as mound building. Pottery was a significant artistic and functional medium in pre-Columbian North America. Carvings, often made from stone, wood, or bone, served both decorative and ceremonial purposes. Quillwork involved the use of porcupine quills to embellish clothing and other items. Beadwork was another important decorative technique, utilizing beads made from shells, stones, or seeds. Totem poles, primarily found in the Pacific Northwest, are monumental sculptures that depict family histories and crests. West African bronze and brass casting traditions are exemplified by Benin plaques and Ife heads. The lost wax casting technique was a primary method used in West African bronze and brass production. Benin plaques served as historical records and decorative elements in the royal palace. Eve heads are renowned for their naturalistic and highly refined sculptural qualities. Bronze and brass casting in West Africa held significant cultural and religious importance. The composition of the metal alloys influenced the color and durability of the castings. West African terracotta art, particularly from the Nok culture, represents a significant artistic tradition. Royal regalia from West Africa showcases the opulence and power of its historical kingdoms. Kente cloth is a vibrant and symbolic textile originating from Ghana. Various West African textiles demonstrate diverse weaving techniques and regional styles. Adinkra symbols are visual representations of concepts and aphorisms, used extensively in West African culture. The module highlights the artistic and cultural richness of West Africa through terracotta, textiles, and symbolic systems. Central African power figures embody spiritual authority and influence. Masks in Central Africa play a crucial role in ritual performances and ceremonies. Wood sculpture serves as a significant artistic medium in Central African cultures. Rituals in Central Africa often involve the use of power figures and masks to connect with ancestral spirits. Central African masks and sculptures reinforce social structures and cultural values. The artistic expression in Central African sculpture and masks reflects the deep connection between art and social life. East African rock art reflects ancient cultural traditions and artistic expression. Swahili arts showcase a blend of African, Arab, Persian, and Indian cultural influences. Rock art provides insights into the daily lives, beliefs, and environments of early East African communities. Swahili architecture, language, and trade demonstrate the integration of diverse cultural elements along the East African coast. Southern African architecture is exemplified by the stone structures of Great Zimbabwe. Beadwork in Southern Africa is a significant art form with cultural and symbolic meaning. Contemporary painting in Southern Africa reflects diverse artistic expressions and social commentary. Photography in Southern Africa captures the region's landscapes, people, and social realities. Southern African art forms blend traditional techniques with modern perspectives. These artistic expressions provide insights into the culture and history of Southern Africa. Indian art encompasses a diverse range of forms, including Buddhist stupas, Hindu temple sculpture, Mughal miniatures, and textiles. Buddhist stupas are significant architectural structures representing Buddhist principles and relics. Hindu temple sculpture showcases deities and mythological narratives through intricate carvings and symbolic gestures. Mughal miniatures are characterized by their fine detail, vibrant colors, and depiction of courtly life and historical events. Angkor Wat reliefs exemplify the intricate stone carving art of Southeast Asia. Batik textiles involve wax-resist dyeing to create elaborate patterns on fabric. Ikat textiles are created by resist dyeing the threads before weaving. Shadow puppetry, or wayang kulit, uses intricately carved leather puppets to tell stories. Chinese bronzes represent a significant aspect of ancient Chinese art and craftsmanship. Ink painting and calligraphy are traditional Chinese art forms that emphasize brushwork and artistic expression. Porcelain, known for its delicate beauty and craftsmanship, is a hallmark of Chinese ceramic art. The module showcases Chinese bronzes, ink painting, calligraphy, and porcelain. Chinese landscape painting embodies philosophical principles related to nature and contemplation. The art form emphasizes a deep connection to the natural world. Landscape paintings invite viewers to engage in contemplative thought. Traditional Chinese landscape painting seeks to capture the essence of nature. The composition of landscape paintings often reflects Taoist principles of balance and harmony. Through landscape painting, artists express their understanding of the universe and their place within it. Korean Celadon ceramics are characterized by their distinctive bluish-green glaze and elegant forms. The unique glaze of Celadon is achieved through a complex firing process that requires precise temperature control and atmospheric conditions. Hanbok, the traditional Korean dress, is known for its vibrant colors, simple lines, and lack of pockets. The design of the hanbok emphasizes natural, flowing lines and a comfortable fit, reflecting Korean values of harmony and balance. Both Celadon ceramics and hanbok design reflect a deep appreciation for natural materials and traditional craftsmanship. Celadon and hanbok exemplify Korean aesthetics, emphasizing simplicity, elegance, and harmony with nature. Korean ink painting features a unique artistic style. Common themes in Korean ink painting include nature and philosophical concepts. Traditional Korean ink painting often employs negative space to create balance and depth. The use of specific brushstrokes conveys emotion and energy in Korean ink painting. Korean ink painting utilizes traditional materials such as ink sticks, brushes, and hanji paper. Calligraphy is often integrated into Korean ink paintings to add layers of meaning. Ukiyo-e prints are a genre of Japanese woodblock prints and paintings that flourished from the 17th through 19th centuries. Common subjects include landscapes, tales from history, the theater, and pleasure quarters. Ukiyo-e artists employed a multi-block printing process, with each block applying a different color. Key techniques included precise carving, registration, and printing to achieve vibrant colors and fine details. Ukiyo-e prints significantly influenced Western art movements, including Impressionism and Post-Impressionism. The Japanese tea ceremony involves a series of ritualized steps for preparing and serving tea. Specific objects, such as the tea bowl, chawan, and tea whisk, chasen, are essential to the tea ceremony. Aesthetic principles like harmony, wa, respect, k, purity, sei, and tranquility, jaku, guide the tea ceremony. The tea ceremony emphasizes mindfulness and creating a serene environment for both host and guest. Japanese Zen gardens embody principles of simplicity, naturalness, and tranquility. Key elements include rocks representing mountains, gravel symbolizing water, and pruned plants reflecting nature's essence. The gardens facilitate meditation and contemplation through their carefully balanced and minimalist design. Zen gardens are deeply connected to Zen Buddhism, promoting mindfulness and inner peace. Raked gravel patterns create a sense of movement and represent the flow of water or clouds. The arrangement of elements encourages viewers to find their own meaning and achieve a state of Zen. Japanese wood architecture emphasizes structural features and aesthetic qualities. Wood construction utilizes intricate joinery techniques to ensure structural integrity. The aesthetic of Japanese wood architecture is characterized by simplicity and natural materials. Traditional wooden structures often incorporate elements of nature, such as gardens and natural light. The use of wood in architecture reflects a deep respect for natural resources and sustainable building practices. Japanese manga and anime have become a significant part of global visual culture. Manga is characterized by its unique artistic styles, including distinctive character designs and panel layouts. Anime encompasses a wide range of themes and genres, from action and adventure to romance and slice of life. Both manga and anime explore complex narratives and emotional themes that resonate with global audiences. The global impact of manga and anime is evident in their influence on art, fashion, and other forms of media worldwide. Islamic calligraphy holds significant importance within both religious and artistic domains. Calligraphy serves as a vital medium for religious expression in Islam. Islamic calligraphy is a highly esteemed art form, reflecting cultural and aesthetic values. Calligraphy embodies the beauty and spiritual depth of the written word in Islamic tradition. The art of calligraphy involves precise techniques and profound artistic skill. Calligraphic art is integral to Islamic culture, found in architecture, books, and decorative arts. Geometric patterns are a fundamental element in Islamic art. These patterns often possess significant mathematical properties and underlying structures. Islamic geometric designs are constructed using repeating motifs and tessellations. The intricate designs symbolize unity, order, and the infinite nature of the universe. Geometric patterns are found in various forms of Islamic art, including architecture, calligraphy, and decorative arts. The use of geometric patterns reflects a deep understanding of mathematics and a spiritual connection to the divine. Vegetal designs are a prominent feature in Islamic art across various mediums. These designs are commonly found in manuscripts, adorning borders and illuminating text. Vegetal motifs are also prevalent in textiles, creating rich and decorative patterns. Metalwork often incorporates stylized vegetal forms, adding elegance and sophistication. Tiles frequently feature geometric and vegetal designs, creating visually stunning surfaces. In architecture, vegetal designs are used to decorate walls, arches, and domes, enhancing the aesthetic appeal. Islamic art in sacred spaces often avoids figural images. The absence of figural representation directs focus towards the divine and the abstract. Written language is celebrated for its beauty and spiritual significance in Islamic art. Calligraphy serves as a primary form of artistic expression and religious devotion. Geometric patterns in calligraphy are used to create a sense of harmony and spiritual contemplation. Byzantine art is characterized by its extensive use of gold in icons and mosaics. Gold in Byzantine art symbolizes divine light and spiritual transcendence. Byzantine icons served as visual representations of religious figures and sacred events. Mosaics in Byzantine art were used to decorate churches and convey religious narratives. Gothic art is characterized by its architectural and artistic innovations. Stained glass is a prominent feature of Gothic art, adding color and light to cathedrals. Tall cathedrals are a defining characteristic of Gothic architecture, symbolizing aspiration and spiritual elevation. Gothic cathedrals employ pointed arches to distribute weight more efficiently, enabling taller structures. The use of flying buttresses allows for thinner walls and larger windows in Gothic cathedrals. Renaissance art marks a renewed interest in classical learning and artistic ideals. Realism became a central characteristic of Renaissance artistic expression. Renaissance art is characterized by the use of perspective to create depth and realism. Classical learning influenced Renaissance artists' subject matter and philosophical approach. The Renaissance saw a shift towards humanism, emphasizing human potential and achievement. Renaissance art represents a departure from medieval styles, embracing innovation and naturalism. Renaissance naturalism emphasized the accurate depiction of the natural world in art. Renaissance artists sought to represent human figures and landscapes with unprecedented realism. Naturalism in Renaissance art involved careful observation of light, shadow, and perspective. Mannerism, emerging after the Renaissance, often exaggerated or distorted natural forms. While Renaissance art valued naturalism, mannerism explored more stylized and expressive representations. Renaissance art employs perspective to create the illusion of depth and space on a two-dimensional surface. Linear perspective uses converging lines to lead the viewer's eye to a vanishing point, enhancing the sense of distance. Atmospheric perspective simulates depth by blurring distant objects and reducing color saturation. The use of perspective was a key innovation during the Renaissance, distinguishing it from earlier artistic styles. Mastering perspective allowed Renaissance artists to create more realistic and immersive visual experiences. Renaissance art emphasizes humanism, focusing on human potential and achievements. Humanism in art reflects a shift towards valuing human intellect and capabilities. Renaissance humanism promoted the study of classical literature, philosophy, and art. The focus on human potential led to advancements in art, science, and exploration during the Renaissance. Mannerism emerged as a reaction to the classical ideals of the High Renaissance. Mannerist art often features exaggerated forms, stylized poses, and complex compositions. Mannerism is characterized by its emphasis on elegance and stylized forms. Mannerist art often features unusual proportions and distorted perspectives. The movement deliberately departs from the balanced harmony of the High Renaissance. Mannerism favors artificiality and complexity over naturalism and simplicity. The style is marked by sophisticated compositions and refined techniques. Baroque art is characterized by its emphasis on drama and emotional intensity. A key feature of Baroque art is the use of strong contrasts between light and shadow. Baroque artworks often convey a sense of movement and dynamism. Baroque art employs dramatic techniques to evoke a strong emotional response in the viewer. Rococo art is characterized by its playful pastel color palettes and ornate detailing. The Rococo style emphasizes elegance and refinement through its decorative elements. Rococo's ornate qualities are evident in its intricate designs and elaborate embellishments. The playful nature of Rococo is reflected in its light-hearted themes and whimsical motifs. Rococo art often features scenes of leisure and romance, capturing the aristocratic lifestyle of the period. Neoclassicism emphasizes order and symmetry in artistic composition. Classical themes, drawn from ancient Greece and Rome, are central to neoclassical art. Neoclassicism values clarity of form and precise detail in its representations. The movement seeks to revive the artistic ideals and aesthetic values of antiquity. Neoclassical art often features subjects from classical literature and mythology. The style is characterized by its restrained emotion and intellectual approach to art. Romanticism emphasizes emotion and subjective experience as primary sources of aesthetic experience. Nature, in its untamed and powerful form, is a central theme in Romanticism. The concept of the sublime, evoking awe and terror, is a key element of Romantic art. Romanticism often explores themes of individualism and the heroic struggle against societal norms. The movement values imagination and intuition over reason and empirical observation. Romanticism often incorporates elements of the supernatural and the mystical. Realism in art focuses on depicting everyday life and work with accuracy and detail. Realist artworks often portray ordinary people in commonplace settings. The goal of realism is to represent subjects truthfully, avoiding idealization or romanticization. Photography, with its capacity for accurate representation, aligns with the principles of realism. Photography introduced new ways of perceiving and representing reality. The advent of photography challenged traditional painting techniques and artistic goals. Painting was compelled to adapt and explore new forms of expression in response to photography. Realism in art underwent a transformation due to the influence of photographic imagery. Photography's ability to capture precise details altered the standards for visual accuracy. The relationship between photography and painting fostered innovation and redefined artistic boundaries. Impressionism is characterized by its focus on capturing the fleeting effects of light and color. Impressionist painters often employed quick, broken brushstrokes to depict the transient nature of visual impressions. The study of light and its impact on color perception was central to the Impressionist movement. Impressionism sought to capture the subjective experience of a moment rather than a precise representation of reality. Key elements of Impressionism include visible brushstrokes, emphasis on light, and unconventional subject matter. Post-Impressionism is characterized by experiments with form, pattern, and emotion. Artists explored subjective visions and symbolic meanings beyond the realistic depiction of Impressionism. Post-Impressionist techniques include pointillism, synthetism, and cloisonnism. Key figures in Post-Impressionism include Paul Cézanne, Vincent van Gogh, and Paul Gauguin. Post-Impressionism paved the way for modern art movements like Fauvism and Expressionism. The arts, crafts movement emphasized handmade quality in furniture. Textiles within the arts. Crafts movement prioritized artisanal production. Buildings of the arts, crafts era highlighted handcrafted elements and natural materials. The arts, crafts movement valued the integrity of materials and construction techniques. Furniture design in the arts, craft style often featured simple, functional forms. The Art Nouveau style shared an emphasis on craftsmanship but incorporated more ornate, flowing designs. Both the arts, crafts movement, and Art Nouveau design styles heavily incorporate natural forms. Floral motifs are a prevalent element in both movements, often stylized and abstracted. The use of flowing, organic lines is a defining characteristic of Art Nouveau, inspired by natural growth patterns. Arts, crafts, designs often feature symmetrical and repeating patterns derived from nature. Insects, birds, and other fauna are also common subjects, depicted with varying degrees of realism and stylization. Art Nouveau posters prominently feature flowing, curvilinear lines to create a sense of movement and organic growth. The use of flowing lines in Art Nouveau architecture emphasizes natural forms and decorative elements. Flowing lines in Art Nouveau design often mimic natural elements such as vines, flowers, and water. The whiplash curve, a signature element of Art Nouveau, adds dynamism and visual interest to designs. Art Nouveau's emphasis on flowing lines creates a sense of harmony and unity between different design elements. The flowing lines in Art Nouveau serve to evoke emotions and create an immersive, aesthetic experience. Rock art dates back as far as 100 BCE. The existence of rock art demonstrates early symbolic thinking in humans. Ancient rock art provides insights into the cognitive abilities of early humans. Rock art serves as a record of early human culture and communication. Cave paintings demonstrate early artists' resourcefulness in acquiring and processing pigments. Pigment analysis reveals the use of minerals, charcoal, and plant-based materials in cave art. Early artists processed raw materials into usable pigments through grinding, mixing, and heating. The longevity of cave paintings is attributed to the stability of the pigments and their binding agents. Small sculptures were often designed for portability. Portability suggests sculptures were used in nomadic lifestyles. Sculptures may have served as personal ritual objects. Their size facilitated easy transport during migrations. Sculpture's function was intertwined with their mobility. The sculpture's design reflects practical considerations for nomadic life. Hierarchical scale in Egyptian art visually represents the relative importance of figures. Pharaohs were consistently depicted larger than other individuals to signify their supreme status and power. The use of hierarchical scale served to reinforce the pharaoh's divine authority and role as ruler. Egyptian art employed size as a visual cue to communicate social hierarchy and importance. Cylinder seals functioned as essential tools for record-keeping in ancient Mesopotamia. These seals served not only as artistic objects, but also as instruments of authentication. The unique impressions made by each cylinder seal acted as a signature, verifying documents and transactions. Cylinder seals were critical for ensuring the integrity and validity of records in Mesopotamian society. Greek pottery provides visual narratives reflecting mythology, daily life, and cultural values. Mythological depictions on pottery offer insights into ancient Greek religious beliefs and heroic tales. Scenes of daily life illustrate the social structures, occupations, and customs of ancient Greek society. Pottery imagery reveals cultural values such as athleticism, artistry, and civic duty. The Roman use of concrete enabled the construction of larger and more complex architectural structures. Concrete's versatility allowed Romans to create innovative designs previously impossible with traditional materials. The strength and durability of Roman concrete ensured the longevity of monumental buildings. Roman concrete facilitated the creation of arches, vaults, and domes on a massive scale. The colossal size of Olmec heads signifies the power held by the Olmec civilization. Monumental scale reflected the extensive resources available to the Olmec society. The construction of these massive sculptures required significant organizational capabilities. The sheer size of the Olmec heads served as a symbol of authority and control. These sculptures likely represented rulers or important figures within the Olmec culture. Mayan glyphs are a sophisticated writing system. The glyphs were used to record history. They also served to document religious beliefs. The writing system is complex and highly stylized. Mayan glyphs provide insights into ancient Mayan culture. The glyphs represent a valuable historical record. Andean textiles showcase advanced weaving techniques. These textiles incorporate symbolic patterns. Advanced weaving techniques allow for the creation of complex designs. Symbolic patterns often represent cultural beliefs and historical narratives. The intricate weaving process requires specialized tools and skills. Andean textiles are valued for their artistry and cultural significance. The lost wax casting technique enabled the creation of highly detailed bronze sculptures in West Africa. Lost wax casting allows for intricate designs by creating a detailed wax model. The wax model is coated in clay, creating a mold for the molten bronze. Molten bronze is poured into the mold, melting the wax and filling the cavity. After cooling, the clay mold is broken, revealing the bronze sculpture. The resulting bronze sculpture showcases the precision and artistry of the lost wax casting method. Islamic calligraphy transforms writing into an artistic medium. This art form emphasizes both aesthetic beauty and spiritual significance. Calligraphy elevates the written word beyond mere communication. The flowing lines and intricate forms evoke a sense of harmony and balance. Each stroke carries cultural and religious meaning. Islamic calligraphy is a timeless art form that continues to inspire. Gothic cathedrals utilized pointed arches as a key structural innovation. Pointed arches distribute weight more efficiently than rounded arches, allowing for taller structures. Flying buttresses were employed to support the walls of Gothic cathedrals, enabling larger windows. The combination of pointed arches and flying buttresses allowed for unprecedented height and light in cathedral design. Renaissance artists employed mathematical principles to achieve realistic perspective in their paintings. The use of perspective creates a three-dimensional depth on a two-dimensional surface. Key elements include vanishing points, horizon lines, and orthogonal lines converging to create spatial depth. This mathematical approach allowed for a more natural and lifelike representation of space and objects. Baroque artists employed dramatic lighting to amplify emotional impact. The use of strong contrasts between light and dark, known as chiaroscuro, is a hallmark of Baroque art. This technique heightens the sense of drama and draws the viewer's eye to key elements within the composition. Baroque lighting often creates a theatrical atmosphere, enhancing the emotional intensity of the scene. The manipulation of light and shadow in Baroque art serves to evoke powerful emotional responses in the observer. Realist artists sought to portray the world as it truly was. Realism often incorporated social commentary into artistic works. The goal of realism was to reflect society's realities, including its imperfections and struggles. By depicting the world accurately, realist artists aimed to provoke thought and social change. Impressionist painters aimed to capture transient qualities of light and atmosphere. The focus was on fleeting moments and immediate sensory impressions rather than precise detail. Impressionism emphasizes the subjective perception of a scene at a specific time. Capturing the essence of light became a primary objective for Impressionist artists. Atmospheric conditions and their impact on color and form were central to the movement. Art Nouveau designs frequently integrate organic forms derived from nature. Flowing lines are a hallmark of Art Nouveau, mimicking the natural curves found in plants and water. Nature serves as a primary source of inspiration for Art Nouveau's visual vocabulary. The use of organic forms and flowing lines creates a sense of dynamism and vitality in Art Nouveau. Art Nouveau's emphasis on organic shapes distinguishes it from more rigid, geometric styles. The incorporation of organic elements reflects Art Nouveau's desire to harmonize art with the natural world. Photography provided a more accessible method for creating portraits. The advent of photography offered a more realistic portrayal compared to traditional portraiture. Photography revolutionized portraiture by providing a faster and less expensive alternative. The impact of photography on portraiture democratized the creation and availability of personal likenesses.